What's going on, dudes? We're only a month out next month, and we got Wolong Dynasty. But before that, we got some new gameplay we can check out and some boss footage too. So let's dive in.
Wolong Fallen Dynasty might be an action game, but after playing through some brand new areas for about 5 hours, I went away realizing that it innovates on the exploration.
Start off with the Itachi theme, crows everywhere.
While the game's challenging combat is as stellar as you would expect from a Team Ninja game, it's the morale rank system that truly feels like it's shaking things up. In Wolong, both the player and enemies have a morale rank that indicates their strength. You can raise your morale rank simply by defeating enemies, but it goes up faster if the enemy you beat has a higher morale rank than yourself.
Oh shit.
If you get killed, your morale rank will decrease, and the same can be said for the enemy. Unlike a level-based progression system, Wolong's morale rank indicates not how strong the player is, but how that strength compares to your enemies.
So, if I'm understanding this right, so that number is your morale and it has nothing to do with your level. It's just how well your strength compares to theirs. I mean, in a way, it is kind of level-wise, right? I was reading that, it says 20 on his name. I'm thinking he's level 20. But that's just his morale, so it's going to be a lot of dynamics to this game.
But how is any of this related to exploration? Well, Wolong features one other way to increase your morale rank: raising flags.
Bonfires.
At first glance, battle flags appear to merely function as your traditional bonfire-like checkpoint. By resting at a battle flag, you regain health, refill your potions, respawn enemies, and so on. You know the drill.
I just saw wizardry spells. That's what I want to dive into.
Finding a new battle flag rewards you in a way that previous Soulsborne checkpoints have not. It increases your fortitude.
The fucking
Getting
bonk
killed
mallet
decreases your morale rank, but it will never go below your fortitude rank. That means the more checkpoints you discover, the stronger you become. Wolong stages are also dotted with marking flags. Marking flags don't function as checkpoints like battle flags do, but raising your flag here will increase your fortitude rank anyway. Marking flags are often guarded by fierce enemies you have to defeat first, while others are cleverly hidden. In a traditional Soulsborne title, staying near a safe checkpoint and killing the same enemies over and over is often a valid tactic to become stronger. Enemies positioned near a spot that is unfavourable to the player are often best ignored, especially for beginners. But Wolong's morale rank system changes all of this. It encourages the player to go out and explore, fight tougher enemies and put themselves at risk. In return, they are rewarded in a way that playing it safe simply won't do. During my playtime through multiple stages...
So you heard that. There is no playing it safe. There's no dodging. Let me get away. Let me try to level up. Well, you can level up, but yeah, you really have to just be cunning. When you fight these guys, the guys with the higher morale level. So that's awesome. I love that. They don't make it easy for you. They just make it more difficult until you succeed.
I found myself naturally exploring the map in its entirety. I was fighting optional enemies that otherwise wouldn't have been worth the risk. The morale rank system feels like a more natural way to gain strength and gives less skilled players the chance to still have a more varied experience.
Animation kill, nice.
Wolong is often compared to the Nioh series, and rightfully so when you look at its Soulsborne-like challenging combat. However, when it comes to mobility, a more appropriate comparison might be Ninja Gaiden. A double jump and no stamina restraints make it feel somewhat similar in terms of flow, both in its exploration and combat. Stages have been designed with the double jump in mind, as cliffs and rooftops of houses and even giant temples can be climbed.
We can double jump,
often be found in such places, and figuring out how to get there serves as a fun distraction from getting killed by demons. You can do a plunging attack on enemies from above, and if you approach an enemy slowly, you will often be able to stealth kill it as well. This allows careful players to...
that visual when he just killed him?
Plunging attack on enemies from above, and if you approach an enemy slowly, you will often be able to stealth kill it as well.
Oh, look at that. You see the lightning and energy? Well, and I'm assuming it's going to be chi just coursing through the body and veins. It almost looks like the X-ray kills in Mortal Kombat. This is fire.
This allows careful players to eliminate weaker enemies without having to fight them, much like in From Software's Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. The key mechanic of combat is deflect. Deflect is triggered by pressing the dodge button at the right time. It parries an enemy's attack while lowering the enemy's spirit. Once the enemy's spirit is decreased significantly, it is stunned and open for a powerful
Headshot.
fatal strike. If this sounds
Dude, that
familiar
was
from
aggressive
Sekiro
and
2,
gorgeous.
well, that's because it is. But that's hardly a bad thing when it's this well executed. Literally any attack in this game can be deflected. This reminded me of the jump boost in Mario Kart of all games. First, you think it's just a trick you can do when jumping off ramps, but later you realise that small
going
things
on
like
here?
a bump in the road or even the bouncing of those giant music notes in Music Park can trigger a jump boost. Ranging from melee weapon attacks
Holy
to projectiles
shit.
like arrows and fireballs to even an enemy's ground pound, as long as the timing is right, Wolong allows you to turn any form of threat into an opportunity.
Are these bosses or mini
That
bosses?
timing has been made significantly easier when compared to last year's demo. While Wolong still feels like a challenging experience as a whole, some enemies have become a lot more manageable. Another factor that made certain sections of my time with Wolong feel easier than the demo is the fact that often someone was fighting alongside me. As you progress through the game, you'll befriend warlords, whom you can summon to assist you on the battlefield. While this is usually optional, there are points in which the story forces you to be assisted. From a story point of view, it might make sense, but as someone who always wants to tackle a challenge by myself, I couldn't help feeling that I didn't want my fellow warlords to interfere. It's great as an option for players who don't want to play online, but find the game too challenging to beat without any help. I just hope that the story won't force it too often in the main game. What makes Wolong...
I kind of get that. It makes sense, right? Like, it's dope when you have help, especially when you're getting your ass just handed to you repeatedly, dying over and over again. But, yeah, to have, like linear help when you get to certain points, that would be dope, but if it gets to be too much, then it seems like they're just giving you all the help. And it's true, you do want to try to take on enemies by yourself. At least I like to do that. Unless I get my ass handed to me, then it's time to level up for a little bit. Then we go back. But if they do start with that, it'll be nice if they have an option where you can, take off the repeated help. But we'll see.
Is how it borrows the parry mechanic from Sekiro and mixes that up with the diversity of Nioh. I've been able to try out about half of the 13 melee weapons.
Look at this thing, Aoi. You know what this looks like? This looks like the evil tainted boar from Princess Mononoke. How it's got all like the black worm tendrils all over it. That's what it looks like.
Types Wolong has to offer. Individual weapons do not just come with different stats, but also have their own martial arts, which are powerful moves that consume the spirit gauge. This means that even the same weapon type can feel significantly different from weapon to weapon. In Wolong, you can equip up to 2 melee weapons at the same time. The Deflect Counter Attack is a move that deflects an enemy attack while switching weapons. As the name implies, it allows you to simultaneously deflect and counter attack. It's a fun way to switch weapons, but when utilised as a counter, there's a bigger risk of getting hit, as the timing takes longer to get used to. At first, it felt like something that looked
Look at
cool,
that
but
thing.
wasn't
This
really
is the
worth the
detail
risk.
in the
But I'm
hairs.
starting to learn how it
Don't even know where to
useful
look
for
at.
hit and run situations.
This foe may pose us a challenge.
The first non-humanoid boss I faced was Zuyan, a giant ape with heavy attacks that seemed scary at first. If you stay calm, however, you'll notice
I love the white ape monster in like Chinese lore. That's always going to be an enemy, a creature, a boss in any game or like movie that we see. A white ape is just very intimidating, and it
that
just
its
looks
attacks are
awesome.
easy to deflect. As you might expect from a Soulsborne game, mid-bosses like Zuyan will reappear as normal enemies in later stages. Reuniting with Zuyan only to learn that you can now overpower it with ease gives you confidence, as you will learn just how much you've improved as a player. Of course, the next moment you'll get eaten by a giant crocodile and lose all of that confidence again.
Fucking devil gator.
I thought that Feng Ji, a giant boar-like boss, was going to be a boss fight similar to Sekiro's Blazing Bull. Blazing Bull charges at you at full speed, and the player has to run around it to attack it from the side or back. In Wolong, however, Feng Ji's charge attacks can be deflected, so there's no need to run around it. Deflecting its charge attacks and counter-attacking before it is out of range feels great.
Alright, so you can deflect
That being
this big
said,
ass
Feng
thing.
Ji didn't pose a serious enough threat, and I was able to slay it on my first try. It probably won't be among the game's more memorable bosses. Aoye, on the other hand, is a boss I won't soon forget. Its eerie creature design alone is enough to leave a lasting impression.
Right? Just the way it looks.
As with any boss in Wolong that I have encountered so far, the key to defeating Aoye is deflecting its attacks. However, it appears to have a much wider array of attack patterns than most other bosses, which makes the timing of each individual attack harder to learn.
I hate the AoE attacks. They go every... Oh, man.
Wolong Fallen Dynasty is set to release on March 3rd and will be available on Xbox Game Pass on day 1.
Is this like a guardian spirit, like Neo?
January's IGN.
Tough boss fights are the highlight of any Team Ninja action game, and it looks like Wolong Fallen Dynasty will be no different. For today's IGN First, here's an exclusive first look at one of the game's earlier bosses, Aoi. Based on an ancient Chinese legend, this eerie blue-like enemy.
This is definitely going to be a hit and dodge, just run the fuck around boss fight.
Exclusives throughout January with IGN First.
It's definitely going to be an early in-game boss because, I mean, all the bosses they show you are usually like the first 2 or 3 you fight. He's got the large attack and the area sweep, but they said that it's blockable. Damn, that was a big hit, boy. Oh, you're dead. A crushing defeat. Now he's got ice? Oh, I see some 4-leaf clovers. I'm assuming that's like a healing spell or something. Damn, this guy's getting his ass whooped. Which means we will be getting our ass whooped. If he's using ice as one of its spells, then I'm assuming fire would be really good for damage. So I forgot, I think that bottom meter below the boss's health is like the stagger meter, yeah. There you go. You get like a little animation attack right after. This dude's morale is 15 and he's died quite a bit already fighting this guy. Yeah, fire spell. Damn, this thing is just relentless. He's got to have a second stage, right? Dude, what if his second stage is even crazier? I want to see it. I didn't even notice that. You see like that dune worm mouth? It's got like below its neck. Oh, you got this. Come on. Nice. Armor of Boldness, Shine New Soldier Bracelets, and I didn't see the last thing. That was dope. Show anything else? Oh, so the swan was
for the help.
an old master. All right, guys, I'm so fucking pumped for this. Let me know what you guys think. Let's talk about it below. This seems like it's gonna be the call for. Really, it's like the next Neo 3, right? Or something that's gonna be way better than that. And I think we're all excited for this. We're doing. Applause for all the Souls games coming. Thank you, Team Ninja. But yeah, you guys be safe. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Don't stop gaming.